Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your tarot and astrology reading for May 2020. Thank you so much for returning if you are visiting again or have already subscribed. And if it's your first time to the channel, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. Always great to have you back. I hope everybody out there is doing really well and staying safe and healthy out there. So guys, I realize I did not do my usual mid-month readings for April. My schedule has just gotten a lot busier. I've had more readings coming in, which is great, but I've really had to take more time out to do that. So what I'm switching up to do is, one big general reading for the month, and then I'll be doing as well my full moon reads, and that'll give me more time as well. Sometimes I'll do mid-month updates, when we have a lot of planetary movements or things are going on. But it'll also give me room, hopefully, to start doing some love readings, which I'm really have been wanting to do because we've got so much activity coming up with Venus, especially for you, Gemini. Actually, there's going to be a lot of energy with Venus. We'll get into that in your reading, but just wanted to let you guys know that. And as always, a few quick notes for people who've not been here before, that this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Gemini. So if these messages make sense to you, you're going, yes, that's my story, then they're meant for you. If they don't resonate with you, kick them on out to another Gemini or revisit this reading in another week or so. Sometimes it will make more sense then. This will mostly correspond to people with Gemini Sun, Moon, Venus, or Rising placements, and all Gemini cross-watchers are welcome to join us as well. If you have not yet done so, I do invite you to click that subscribe button, join the Dragon family, and also give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoy this content. If you're interested in a personal reading, would like info on any of the card decks that I use, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all that info is in the description box below. So Gemini, let us start by talking about your astrology a little bit. May is mostly ruled by the sign of Taurus. That is where the sun is moving right now. So this promises to be a very spiritual month for my Geminis, because that means that the sun is moving through your universal 12th house in the astrology chart. So that is the Pisces house, which is the last house. A lot of y'all may be feeling more sensitive, more emotional, easy to, cry, easy to laugh, easy to really express emotion on that deeper level. You might find that things that don't usually bother you or make you sensitive, you might feel those a little stronger. You might also have a need to be alone more and just really withdraw and introvert and, take a warm bath, take more rest, get more, at rest, because you won't have as high of an energy level, especially until the sun is out of Taurus. So, after about, May 20th, 21st, it'll shift into your sign, Gemini. So that's going to bring your energy back up at this first 3 weeks of May. Don't be afraid to take some downtime. Venus is in your sign. It is in the sign of Gemini. So I know it's like there is a lot of love your way. There's a lot of goodwill. And even if love life in particular isn't going great, or you're single, or you're kind of like, well, I'm looking, but I don't have anybody. Even for my single Geminis out there, there's just a good sense of, closeness, maybe family, loved ones, friends, etc. Showing up a little bit more for you. And also you having an easier time communicating with them, because Venus will be moving through your first house until the month of August, Gemini. That is going to be a long transit. Part of that is because Venus is going retrograde in the middle of this month. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I'm going to be trying to do some readings about this Venus retrograde coming up, because we don't get them very often. Maybe once every 2 years or so we get a Venus retrograde. So there's definitely some tips to navigating that transit, but it's very significant for you because it's in your sign, in your universal first house, which is your house of identity and who you are. So it's going to have a lot of implications and impact on all of our personal relationships. Absolutely. It's going to make communication be a key factor in having good relationships. And Gemini, you are at the forefront of this because it is in your sign. So you've got the highlight. So So let's go ahead. I'm going to pull some cards for you. We're going to start with some major themes just to get an idea of where your energy is. And then we are going to pull a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread to get a big picture on what's going on with you for May. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Gemini as we do the reading for May 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Oh, Gemini, so the Wheel of Fortune came up as your card from the Major Arcana in the Tarot for the month of May. So this theme is one of the Wheel of Fortune moving forward in your favor. You know, things finally maybe starting to move after having been stagnant for a long time. The main signs that are represented in the Wheel of Fortune are Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. So those may be a factor in your personal chart, or you may be dealing with somebody or working with people that have those signs in their chart. But the Wheel of Fortune is usually luck, you know, being a bigger factor, things finally starting to move forward after, you know, some period of waiting. And it can also say, you know, if you've been patient for a while, Gemini, don't give up, keep being patient because things are starting to move ahead for you. I believe there's a lot of that coming up as we have, you know, Venus in your sign for a long stretch. There's going to be quite a lot of changes, breakthroughs, and different outcomes, you know, going on with relationships, especially, and communication. So let's pull a crystal chakra card. We're going to see what crystal or gemstone is best for you to work with through this month of May, and what chakra is coming up to be worked on or healed right now. I like it, Gemini. This is a great chakra for you, actually. Is the gemstone that's coming up is the iolite, and the keyword is family for the third eye chakra. Like I said, there's a lot of sense of closeness of community, friends, family members, even during a time of, you know, people spending more time alone or, you know, staying home more often. We can still definitely communicate with our friends and family, you know, over the phone, over the computer. There's all kinds of ways to communicate. The third eye is all about insight, clarity, seeing things clearly. So Gemini, if you have some iolite, you can absolutely use that for your third eye. I also, if you don't have that, the lapis lazuli is a great stone. It's a little blue, beautiful stone that can also, you can meditate with that on your third eye, and you know, work on having more clarity of mind, clarity of insight, you know, and this is all just really, to me, helping you to get more clear in what it is that you want, you know, having a clearer vision as you're moving towards the future. That Wheel of Fortune is like moving forward, but it's like Gemini, you got to get clear with what it is that you want so that you know where you really want to go. And if you don't know yet, this is just a great signal from Spirit saying this is time, you know, start clearing out all the clutter, because, you know, as the Sun in Taurus is moving through that 12th house for you, this is really clearing out a lot of spiritual clutter, a lot of emotional baggage, that it's like, Gemini, it's time to put that down. So that's what's happening. So let's get into a Druid animal spirit card. Let's see which of the animals from the Celtic tradition are coming through for you. Oh my goodness. All right. This is amazing. The dog card came out, and let me tell you guys why this is great. I have a really sweet dear friend who is a Gemini, and I just got a message from her earlier saying that she just got a dog. She was so excited about it because the dog is, you know, like there's this big community and they all, you know, like are part of taking care of him, and they all are like, oh my gosh. So guys, Cheryl, if you're watching this reading, this one definitely came out for you for sure, but this could also, you know, apply to many Geminis, because the dog, of course, is about loyalty, fidelity, living with integrity and honor. To me, the dog is Libra energy, because the dog in Chinese astrology is aligned with Libra. So this is honoring balance, honoring relationships and agreements. Oh my goodness. So, you know, for some of y'all, you could be, you know, literally getting a dog like my Gemini friend. But that just is too much. That's too much that came out. I love that. So definitely this is a time, you know, and to me the dog is so much about relationships. Venus, you know, rules Libra, it's a Libra energy, and that's where, you know, your sign is right now, Gemini. Very powerful connection to, you know, your loyalties and who you want to align with, who you want to pair up with. Woo! So yeah, and if anybody hasn't been treating you right, the guard dog, right? The watchdog, you know, is always vigilant to, you know, take out the people that aren't treating you right. So I love that the dog spirit is with you for this month. So let's pull also a card from the Fairy Oracle. We're going to check in, because the sign of Taurus that we're in right now is very earthy. It's very much about, you know, being close to nature, and the fairies are very strong nature spirits. So let's see what they have to say for you for May. Oh, Gemini, look at that beautiful card, Wisdom. I don't know if you can see the glare is kind of hidden with the sunlight coming through, but there's an owl. There's an owl in this card. So the owl spirit is also coming through, which to me, yet again, it's insight. So you've got the iolite, the insight, the dog is, you know, guarding over you. It's very beautiful energy. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner wisdom to help you with a challenge. So this is time to really pull into your wisdom, Gemini. Pull into your deeper insights, things that you've learned from in the past. Are coming through to guide you now. And the owl is such one of my favorite animals. I hear them hooting a lot. I always say I'm a true night owl, because I love being up at night. I love walking at night. I love hearing the owls hooting. And I love my owls. They are very magical to me. And yes, they have that ability to see through the dark, to see through anything that's deceitful, anything, you know, that's not clear and true and for your best. So absolutely, if you have a challenge before you where you need to call on that owl energy or that owl spirit, the owl and the dog are with you very strongly for the month of May. So I'm going to move Mr. Dragon over here. We're going to get into your tarot. Let's see what we have coming through for your story this month, Gemini. Ooh, so nice. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ooh. Wow, Gemini. Lots and lots and lots of really beautiful earthy energy is coming through with this spread already. So right in the center of it, here's where you are right now. Here is the Sun card. This is super strong Leo energy, solar plexus chakra. This is about your self-confidence, self-esteem. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck. So guys, this is a beautiful way, you know, to start your spread out with that being in the center. I also really like the image of the sundial here in that, you know, in that card particularly, because, you know, to me that represents some timing. So, you know, like this Wheel of Fortune, things turning, you know, in your favor, turning towards a more positive outcome. And it's saying, you know, with that little sundial, it's like, just give it time. If it doesn't seem to be there right now, Gemini, give it timing, because this is all in the divine order. But the Sun is a super strong, beautiful card. Like I said, it's the most positive, most, you know, fortuitous card when you see that come out. so many things are blessed about the whole reading, especially when that's the central theme. And I think even if you've been through a lot, if you've been through heartbreaks, if you've been through tough times with work, which a lot of people are going through, all that kind of stuff, whatever it may be that's difficult for you, you know, it's like deep down, there is that positivity in you. There is that ray of hope. There is that, you know, ray of sunlight coming through to light your way. So I really love that. And yes, for many of my Geminis, and check it out, Three of Swords, this could definitely be overcoming some kind of old heartache or heartbreak. But for a lot of my Geminis, and it may not all for all of you because this is general, but there's definitely been something heartbreaking. And I'm going to pull a move that one of my favorite readers on YouTube, Ramblin' Mike, always does when that three of Swords comes out. He always shakes that card and says, out! And he goes, get out of Gemini's heart. He's a great reader. If you haven't checked out Ramblin' Mike, he is great. He's an Aquarius. He's super fun, and I enjoy his reads very much. But yes, so that's one of his little moves. Shaking those swords right out of your heart, Gemini. We don't want that in there anymore. And I think that with the sun being there, it's saying this is overcoming those painful situations and circumstances that you have gone through. So in the immediate past, you won't believe, you're going to be amazed with all the cards that come up around this. They're all earthy. So in the immediate past, we have that Eight of Coins, Eight of Pentacles. This is very patient, earthy Virgo energy. So it's all about one day at a time, staying focused, doing the work, even if it's kind of monotonous and mundane. You know, there's something, you know, that a lot of you Geminis, you've been very patient about. You have really been putting in the time, putting in the effort, doing the work. It has not been easy for a lot of you, I'm telling you, because that Virgo energy of that card is a challenge for you. And so, you know, congratulations to all my Geminis who have been working really hard. And you know, just staying the course with whatever's been going on with you. Because look at that. This steady action that you've been putting in, there's that Eight of Wands coming up on top of it. It is leading to, you know, greater communication. That's rapid communication. Like I said, things are starting to move for you. So this is what's setting up for where you are right now. Going into the immediate future, we have the Seven of Coins, which is a similar energy to that Eight. Like I said, there is some patience involved here. Absolutely. There is some divine timing involved here. And, you know, just like her sitting under that tree, waiting for the fruit to ripen and fall, she's like, I know I can't rush it. I gotta wait. And it's, you know, when it's ready, it's going to fall right in these baskets, and I will be sitting here waiting for it patiently. And look, check out that. She's got the dog on her lap. Guys, the connection is awesome here, right? It's the loyalty, it's the dedication, it's the perseverance there with that dog spirit yet again. And that is Taurus energy coming up into the future with that card. So, you know, we are in the time of Taurus. So think about anything that you want to plant. You know, whether it's a plan, an idea, an investment, a relationship, something that you feel is very worthwhile to put the time and effort into, Gemini, you're not wrong about it. So let's see what clarifies that. Oh, look at that. Six of Cups. So sweet. Yes. So for a lot of my Geminis, you might be patiently waiting for a reconciliation with somebody. Maybe you had a miscommunication. Maybe they didn't say something right. Maybe you didn't say something right, but something is changing here. So hang in there. That could be somebody coming back with an apology. Many times the Six of Cups is about reconciliation, but it is about those childhood memories as well. This could also be family, you know, coming back in the picture, reconciliations being made with them. But it's about memories. It's about nostalgia. It's about when times were good, when things were sweet and easygoing. So very beautiful going into your future. On the undercurrent, more earth energy, Gemini. It's very, very earthy this month for you. The King of Coins is here, King of Pentacles. So this to me Very strong Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. To me, this is all about you wanting to lay a more solid foundation, because the kings are about mastery. They're about leadership. They're about, you know, good governance. So yeah, you're really thinking, I got to be careful with my money. I got to be, you know, watching where I spend it. I want to make wise investments. I want to align with people, you know, who make me feel more stable and not more shaky. So let's pull a card over top of that. See what else this has to say for you. Yes, and the clarity comes through. Look at that Ace of Swords. That is your own energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm sorry about the sunlight. I can really see that, like, glaring off these cards. But whenever I get the Ace of Swords, guys, I always also think of Archangel Michael. So, you know, that combined with that King of Pentacles, to me, that feels, you know, like a lot of protection, a lot of guardianship. You know, and that's really your subconscious focus. That's your drive. So if you ever feel unsafe, even if you're not particularly spiritual or, you know, metaphysical or any of that stuff, it's like you can always call on Archangel Michael. There is always that very protective energy that comes from him. So, you know, that's just putting that out there for y'all. On the top, message from Spirit crowning the spread, we have the Four of Coins. So you are just surrounded by coins. You got the sun in the center, and all around you are, you know, from the Pentacle suit, which is the earthy element. This is earth sign energy coming through. So the sun and Saturn are, and Capricorn are both represented in this Four of Coins. To me, this is usually a message from Spirit coming through to kind of give you some higher advice. And that Four of Coins can sometimes be a challenge, because it's like you're holding on for some sort of success, some sort of assured success. It's like, if I keep holding on, you know, if I keep working at this, something's got to give and something will work out. It could also speak to some subconscious fears of losing your stability. So it's an interesting balance. It's like inside, I feel that you're very much focused on maintaining stability and financial security. And on the top, it's like, you know, some of you may be feeling like, I'm just hanging on. You know, I'm just making it day by day, right? But if I hang on long enough, you know, I feel like it could work out. So let's pull a card on top of that one, Gemini. Yeah, and for a lot of you, this can be representing as well, you know, a completion of a really burdensome cycle, because we have this 10 of Wands over top of it. So to me, Gemini, that again is a message to you saying that all these difficulties, all these hard times, all this hard work, and like I said, things that have really weighed you down, this is coming to a conclusion, because the 10 is always the completion, right? So those difficult times, I have a feeling, are passing away. This is just a matter of divine timing and really, really trusting in the process, which I know is easier said than done, guys. Trust me. I'm giving myself my own advice. So let's go ahead and get you some advice. Let's pull some more up this side and see what comes out here. Yes. Ooh, change of energy, y'all. Woo, lots of fire. I like this. Okay, let's see what comes out now. So Knight of Wands is coming out in the suggested approach, and this is really the best way for you to, you know, handle anything that you're feeling going through. So definitely be active, because the Knight of Wands is a very active card. It's a very, very strong fire element, which is action. It's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So, you know, this is a good time for you to get some exercise. You know, make sure that you're moving your body around enough, keeping your blood circulating so that you're feeling your best. And also, yeah, if there's something that you feel like, gosh, I've been trying to put that off, or there's something that I need to do, it's time to take a little bit of action on it. You know, sometimes that Knight of Wands can also, you know, point to tempers flaring or potential, you know, flare-ups, but look at that 10 of Cups. I think this is mostly a positive action, guys. Take any steps that you need to take to get to that beautiful outcome, because the 10 of Cups is an ultimate reward at the end of a long struggle. So next up, what you need to know about this situation and what you're in right now is the King of Wands. So we got another king coming through, and he's another fire sign. So again, you know, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. And to me, this is definitely about recreating your world, recreating everything, sometimes from new. And again, you know, following your leadership, following that sense of self-worth and confidence. This has a lot to do with self-esteem. If you haven't been feeling particularly strong within yourself, the King of Wands is definitely there to help give you a boost. You know, and likewise, if you've been acting out of too much pride or ego, the King of Wands is also there to say, hey, you know, tone it down a little bit, tone it down a little bit. But I would say most people, we struggle more with a lack of self-confidence. So that's more likely what that King of Wands is there for. And yes, oh, Gemini, see, there's that Nine of Wands that comes before the 10 that we have on the top of your reading. You know, and to me, this is you having fought a very hard battle, having defensive feelings, having to feel like you're always on your guard. And, you know, the confidence of that King of Wands is coming through and say, look, we don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to be on our guard constantly. Hopes and fears. Gemini, Seven of Swords. Not a surprise. This is a classic card to be in a hopes and fears position, because this is old Sneaky Pete here. Apologies to anyone named Pete. I have a rabbit that I love named Petey. No offense to the Petes out there. But he is a little Sneaky Pete, right? I mean, he's the sneakiest guy of the tarot. This is deception. This is dishonesty. This is people that have been going around behind your back. You all know who those folks are. And so there is definitely for you maybe a subconscious or not so subconscious fear about, you know, somebody lying to you, somebody being deceptive, especially if that has happened before in the past. But the thing that's, you know, good about that card coming out is that it reminds you to be vigilant. Just like that watchdog coming in, just like he is watching over you. That owl has got your back. Don't you worry. You've grown. You're wiser. If you've been through something like that before, you know the signs to watch for, Gemini. You are using your intuition very strongly this month. And yeah, look at that, because obviously you've been through this before. You've been stabbed in the back before with that 10 of Swords. But the 10, yet again, coming to a completion, coming to the end of a nasty cycle. So Gemini, I don't think you have a whole lot to worry about. I think that you know, and you're smarter than you give yourself credit for on that. So card in the outcome, we do have the Four of Cups. So Gemini, I want to remind you to be very focused in the here and now. Don't get your mind all caught up in what coulda, shoulda been, or what, you know, feel like, you know, you need the one thing that you need to make you happy, because you already have those 3 cups sitting there right in front of you. You know, sometimes that card can point to feeling, you know, kind of this lack of, you know, this lack of contentment, because it's like, oh yeah, but there's that other cup out there floating around that if only you had that, then everything would be great. But this is time to not take anything for granted. Take everything good. You know, just cultivate that gratitude for it. And also, Gemini, if someone's taking you for granted, it's telling you don't put up with that. So, ooh, and on top of that, we got the Judgment card. This is Scorpio energy. This is all about rebirth, making those judgment calls, and also you know, something new coming back to life. So very, very interesting, guys. So let's pull a last bit of affirmation for you from the Making Magic deck to just get a last word on this reading. Ooh, and we got the fire element, just like those fiery cards that came in through with your advice. So the element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion, and positive transformation. That's what the Judgment card is about, guys. So looking for a very powerful month, very spiritual for you, Gemini. So absolutely love this. I hope you have an amazing month, and I'll be talking to you again soon. Take care.